All right, you finally decided to make that big move down here to Miami, Florida, and you're wondering what neighborhood you should move into. Well, you definitely don't want to move into the wrong neighborhood and hate it down here, and you're gonna have to move back because you'll have a bad experience. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the top 10 suburbs to live in Miami. Now I got this list from listofniche.com, and it's a good one because it gives you a little bit of everything: the north side, the middle, the south side of Miami. So you can find out if that fits your lifestyle. We'll go ahead and talk about who lives there, what people like about it, what they don't like about it, how close it is to everything else, all that and much more, so you can be better informed when making that move down here to Miami, Florida. So if you want to learn more about where to live and the top suburbs in Miami, stick around because we're jumping into it right now. Welcome back, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living, eating, working, sleeping, and playing in Miami and the surrounding areas, then tap that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. My name is Raymond Goedi-Golsari, and I'm a full-time Florida realtor in the Miami area with your Living in Miami, Florida team. And we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make that move to Miami. And we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving soon, 90 days from now, a year from now, make sure to reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, DM us on social media. However you want to get a hold of us, days, nights, and weekends, we got your back. We're making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. The suburbs we're going to talk about in this video are cities, neighborhoods, and towns located outside the city of Miami. So not necessarily have a suburb feel. Some will have an urban feel to it. Others will have a more suburb feel to it. And some will be more towards young professionals, people who want to be in a walkable area. Others are more family oriented. So let's go ahead and dive in and jump into the first suburb. So the first suburb we're going to talk about is Pinecrest. Pinecrest is located on the southeast part of Miami, just bordering the Biscayne Bay. You're close to US 1, so you're a little farther south. You got Coral Gables on the north side of it. You got South Miami bordering it. And so the location is fantastic if you want to be away from the downtown, the city of Miami, but really not that far. It could be a little farther south depending on where you're working. If you're working to downtown, it could be a little bit of a drive. But Pinecrest is one of the best areas to raise a family. So if you're coming down here with a family and you have kids, or you're planning to have kids, Pinecrest is one neighborhood you definitely have to consider. You will have the best schools in this neighborhood, parks everywhere, very safe, family-oriented neighborhood with beautiful trees. So if you like living in amongst all the old banyan and oak trees, close to the water, you have a couple marinas nearby. You got US 1 bordering the left, which you have two great malls. You have Dayland Mall and you have the Fall Shopping Center, and then US 1 is just filled with restaurants, bars, shops, cafes. So you don't have a downtown area, but you are close to all these restaurants, shops, bars, and activities, and really not that far from the city of Miami. But once you're living there, you feel you're away from everywhere else. 95% of it is single family homes. It's not an entry-level neighborhood. You could, but it's going to be more of the high-end entry-level. Now, the homes here are beautiful, and they can go up to the multi-millions. A huge estates with a lot of land, a lot of lots, space between homes. So if you like that, trees all over the neighborhood, and pretty well manicured, but you have that old city of Miami feel to it here in Pinecrest. Like I said, you're close to the Biscayne Bay, and you have one of the prettiest roads in all of Miami, which is Old Cutler Road. It goes all the way down into the Keys, and starting from like Coral Gables area, and there's a bike path that you literally can ride bike all the way down to the Keys. It's gorgeous, riding down the preserves and the mangroves, and just smell the ocean right there. So it's a beautiful location, especially if you have a family looking for great schools, a safe neighborhood, and you want to live in a single family house and you have a higher end budget. Pinecrest is the best, one of the best neighborhoods to live in Miami, and your kids will have a childhood they will never forget. That's why most people move down here, because of the schools and the safety, and just in the housing. The houses here are not cookie cutter. They're all pretty much unique, two-story homes. A lot of them have been remodeled throughout the years. So there's a lot of charm to it. Not the Coral Gables style charm, which is all pretty much the same. Pinecrest, you can find some houses that are different than each other within the same neighborhood. And it's also surrounded by a couple good neighborhoods. So that is Pinecrest. And Pinecrest does have a suburb feel. Like, out of all the neighborhoods, this is one of the ones that has the most suburb feel in all of Miami. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to comment below. Let us know if you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos. And also smash that like button. Go ahead, waiting. There you go. And this will help us to better understand what you want to know about, so we can provide the best content possible for you guys in the future. Suburb number 2 is Coral Gables. Coral Gables is known for being so beautiful. The nickname is called City Beautiful. Everywhere you drive, it's filled with boulevards, tree-lined with huge banyan oak trees hanging over the street. It feels like you're driving through a tunnel. A gorgeous 19th century Spanish architecture, homes, two-story, filled with ivy all around it. Beautiful landscaping, has a European feel. It's like the Venice of Florida, because there's waterways and canals going right through it. So it stretches from 8th Street Southwest all the way down to Biscayne Bay, close to Pinecrest, and it's not that wide, so it goes from 42nd Avenue to 37th Avenue. That's from east to west, and it just goes straight down. And on the north side, you have Little Gables, which is going to be more your entry-level homes. Your single-family houses are going to be located in that area. And then as you move a little more down in that Little Gables area, you have the Country Club of Coral Gables with Granada Golf Course. It's a 9-hole golf course. It's a very active area. People come and play golf. It's an entry-level golf, or people come who are retired and play. Easy course, but very good, like a very well manicured course. And all around the golf course are beautiful single-family homes. People come not only to play golf, there's tennis courts there, and they come to walk around the edge of the golf course. If you go there any afternoon, it's filled with people running, biking, jogging, kids running around on the weekends as well. They even have a little cafe right by the Country Club of Coral Gables, by the golf course. If you live in the area, you can walk to it. They have sandwiches, ice cream, they have pizza. So the kids love it. If you live in this area and you have kids, it's very walkable and a very safe neighborhood. And the Little Gables does have an area where it's entry level. The lots are not that big, so you'll be able to move into this neighborhood. And Coral Gables, as you move down, it has the heart of Coral Gables is Coral Way. It has Miracle Mile. Miracle Mile is a street that's filled with restaurants, bars, shops, and Monday to Friday there's a lot of businesses in this area because the streets going north and south of it. There's also little restaurants, there's office buildings, there's condo buildings. So it's sort of the downtown of Coral Gables, and it's very walkable. And around here you'll find a lot of condos, low-rise condos, high-rise condos, townhomes, and some single families. If you like to live in a walkable neighborhood, this part of Coral Gables is very walkable. They also have a free transportation called the Freebie, which is a little golf cart that picks you up anywhere and drops you off at a restaurant, at any location, and it's totally free if you live within a certain area in Coral Gables, close to the Miracle Mile area. You also have a trolley system that goes up and down. Very useful if you work there in Coral Gables, because I'm sure you're gonna go and walk or take the trolley to eat lunch. It's very active Monday to Friday, and the weekends is a little more laid back, but there's still people because there's no work, but the people who live there like to hang out in this location. This is where they have the Carnival on the Mile. They close the streets for 3 days. They have art, music, great food, street food. So it's a good festival if you not only if you live in this area, but if you just want to come and enjoy a beautiful day. They usually do it in the winter time, right before spring, so the days are gorgeous. It's not hot, you're not sweating, and you can walk around, and it's really nice weather to be outside. So Coral Gables has a suburban feel. It also has an urban feel. In this location in Miracle Mile, you'll have more urban city life, but it's not like a really hustle and bustle, but it's more urban lifestyle. If you want more of the suburban feel, but you want to be in Coral Gables, as you move down south, south of US 1, the houses tend to be a little bigger, a little more spread out. Still the same charm of Coral Gables, the Spanish architecture. You have waterfront properties, you have Gables by the Sea, you have Coco Plum, some gated communities within Coral Gables that are beautiful if you like the privacy and you like to feel like you're more in a suburb away from the downtown area of Coral Gables. So Coral Gables is definitely a spot to consider. And when you reach out to us, let us know either if you have a family or whether you're a young professional, single. It's one of those cities that it's good for both. Whether you want to live in a condo or live in a single family homes, Coral Gables is probably the biggest neighborhood outside of the city of Miami, and it's a very safe neighborhood to raise children and also to work. So you may be even working in this location or visiting to hang out. The number 3 suburb to consider is Palmetto Bay. Palmetto Bay is very similar to Pinecrest. It's located just south of Pinecrest, starting on 136th Street all the way to 184th Street. It goes from US 1 all the way to Old Color to Biscayne Bay. So in the houses there, they could go all the way to the multi-millions, but they're a little more affordable than Pinecrest. It's a little bigger area, but it's sort of like the sister neighborhood. The schools are pretty much the same as in Pinecrest. Pinecrest and Palmetto Bay have one of the best schools in all the district, the school district. People move down here for the schools, so it's a very family-oriented neighborhood, and 95% of it is single-family homes. Again, you're living amongst the big oak banyan trees close to the water, so you have that smell, that ocean breeze. You're not far from the fall shopping center, like I mentioned before, and you're close to Dayland as well. So you're nestled within all these trees, all these great neighborhoods where your kids could run outside and play, ride bicycle, and there's a lot of parks. I forgot to mention in Pinecrest, there's some parks. Evelyn Greer, there's Sunnyland Park. In Palmetto Bay, you have Coral Reef Park, which is your biggest one. Your kids can go and play soccer, baseball there. There's huge fields to throw birthday parties under gazebos. There's playgrounds. There's a little creek, a little canal running through it. It's a very pretty park, and there's huge trees surrounding it. So that's right smack in the middle of Palmetto Bay. And there's other little parks as well. So it's a very family-oriented community in neighborhood. Just like Pinecrest, you feel like you're part of a community when you live there. So you can, if you're a homebody and just like to be in your community, in your neighborhood, you won't feel like you're isolated because you'll be in tune of what's going on in your neighborhood. But if you also want to go out and do stuff, you're not that far away from everything else. Now the walkability, again, just like Pinecrest, it's great to walk and ride bicycle, especially down Old Color bike path. You can't walk to all the restaurants, shops, and bars. You definitely need a car. It's not that far, but it's not that walkable because it doesn't have like a downtown meeting spot. Suburb number 4 is Key Biscayne. Now Key Biscayne is one of those neighborhoods, and it's actually an island separated off the mainland. You gotta take the causeway over from Brickell. Beautiful scenic causeway right into Key Biscayne. And if you like that laid back, it's got that urban feel, but it's more laid back urban feel. Waterfronts, where if you like to go to the beach, if you like boating, or you like to feel that island living, the island style, Key Biscayne might be the perfect neighborhood for you or you and your family. If families tend to live here, retirees as well. There's condo living, beautiful condos. You got gorgeous views. Again, we have beaches, you have marinas. There's also single family homes, waterfront single family homes as well. And there's a park there, a pretty big park. They play soccer, tennis. There's a golf course. One of the best golf courses in Miami is Key Biscayne Golf. I love golfing and I love going there all the time. It's a public golf course in part of Miami-Dade County. And they used to have a tennis center where they played the Miami Open. They moved that over to the Dolphin Stadium, so there's no longer big tennis tournaments there, but the facilities are still there. Key Biscayne in general has a little downtown area. It's a great area if you have a family or you're a retiree. You want that laid back island style living, but not far away from Miami. You don't want to go all the way to the Keys. Maybe you work in the city of Miami, but you want to go home and feel like you're like on an island and really laid back whenever you can. So Key Biscayne is one neighborhood, a suburb you have to consider if you want that type of lifestyle. Number 5 is Bay Harbor Islands. Bay Harbor Islands is located just east of North Miami and just west of Miami Beach, the Surfside part of Miami Beach, which is the north part of Miami Beach. So it's literally right on the intercoastal of Miami Beach. It's right, you gotta take a causeway, and if you look at it from the top, like a drone view, they look like two lungs because it's a causeway that goes into all these. You got a bigger island and a little smaller one, and then it goes right into Miami Beach. Great for families or if you're a young professional, either or, because you're on an island, really have access to both North Miami or Surfside, and you're in the beach. So if you like going to the beach, it's a good alternative because there's singles family homes and there's condos here on Bay Harbor Island. A lot of activities for the kids, and there's a lot of parks, and there's good schools for your kids to go. I know I've helped a lot of clients move to this location. It's sort of like a hidden gem because you're not on the beach and you're not on the mainland. You're just on a strip you just gotta take the causeway, and you're literally right on the intercoastal, just north of Indian Creek, which is a private island, which is where most of your rich and famous people live in Miami. So when you hear all these rich and famous people that move to Miami, there's a good chance that they live on this island, Indian Creek. So Bay Harbor Island is just north. So the waterfront properties here are beautiful because you get to see all these gorgeous homes around, boats driving around. And so if you like that style and you're gonna be maybe working on the north side of Miami, this is also a good option for you to at least consider and look into. Number 6 is Surfside. Surfside is just close to Bay Harbor Island. So if you're going on 79th Avenue, which is, let's say, Biscayne Boulevard, you make a right on 79th Avenue, going east. Now you're gonna go over the causeway, you're gonna go into Bay Harbor Islands, you're gonna continue right into the beach, the north side, and then make a right, and then you have Surfside, which is a great little beach town. If you want to live in Miami, but you want to live in a neighborhood where you feel like you're in a small town, but you also want to live by the beach and not in South Beach or Miami Beach, it's too congested, too many people, Surfside is definitely one to consider. They have condos there, they have a little downtown area, and they have good schools. So it has that laid back, small town, community oriented feel. They wanted to develop in this area, but they made Surfside a historic district area location to preserve the style and look of the community. So that is, I guess, a good thing because it keeps that charm of that town. Surfside is a great little small town feel, urban beach town, a little laid back, closer to the north side of Miami, away from the downtown city of Miami. Number 7 is Miami Shores. Not too far from this area. Miami Shores is located in the north part of Miami. So if you take from downtown, you take US 1 Biscayne Boulevard, going up north, past the Upper East, which is the north side of the city of Miami, you will run into a town called Miami Shores. It's been there for a very long time. It has a country club with a golf course, a lot of charm in this neighborhood with these single family homes. Looks a little bit like Coral Gables, and the homes there are older with a lot of charm. Each one, there's not cookie cutter, each one was designed and built to look a certain way, nestled within huge trees, and so it's definitely a suburb feel, not too far from North Miami or the downtown area, but it's one of those towns where you live there, people tend to live there for many years, they love it, and they like feeling that small town community. It does have a little downtown area with your little independent restaurants, bars, and shops. You're not too far from the beach. If you take that same causeway into Bay Harbor Island, you got Surfside. You can take another causeway if you want to go more south. So if you love going to the beach, I know I help some clients there from California, and they want to be close to the beach, but not really on a condo, and they loved Miami Shores because they can get that neighborhood feel, and they're not far if they want to go to the beach, maybe 10-15 minute drive, and they're there, and they're close to Bar Harbor shops. So it's a great location, great for family with kids, and to raise kids is a fantastic spot, very safe, with great schools. Number 8 is South Miami. South Miami is the little sister of Miami. It located close to Coral Gables, just west of Coral Gables, north of Pinecrest, right in that corner between there. It has its downtown area with restaurants, shops, bars. There's an outdoor mall called Sunset Place. So if you want that good neighborhood to raise kids, or you're a young professional, either or, this is something similar to Coral Gables where there's a mix, because you have that urban feel, but you have that suburban feel. If you live more on the south part of South Miami, you get a little bit of both worlds. And South Miami is another great little spot filled with single family homes, low-rise condos on the east side of Miami, so you're close to the city of Miami, not that far west, and great schools by this area, and it's a good alternative if you cannot live in Coral Gables or Pinecrest, and it's close to all these fantastic spots. Number 9 is GLENVAR Heights. GLENVAR Heights, I'm sure you've not even heard of it. It's one of those hidden gems that it's located a little farther west, not that far west, just west of Pinecrest, a little farther south from the center of Miami, so south, a little southwest. From that point on, it starts getting farther west of Miami. So it's located right in where Dayland Mall is. Dayland Mall is one of the most popular malls in all of Miami, and it's great to go shopping or to go out at a restaurant. They expanded a new location, which is a more modern look, and they got cool restaurants, bars, shops, cafes, and there's a lot of energy, good energy in this location. There's a little downtown Dayland in this area with high-rise condos, a little strip with more restaurants, bars, and shops, and then right behind it you're gonna find a lot of condos, and then you have a little pocket within GLENVAR Heights called Kings Creek, tons of condos and townhomes there. And then you have a section where they have single family homes, beautiful, hidden because it's protected. It's sort of, not people drive by there because you have the Palmetto Expressway on one side, and then you have Sunset on the other side on 87th. So it's a nice little pocket in there. If you like to live in this location, Dayland, a little farther west, very safe neighborhood again, and beautiful homes, a little more affordable than living more on the east side. Suburb number 10 is Aventura. Now, Aventura is one of these neighborhoods that is located on the far northeast of Miami-Dade County, in the border between Miami-Dade and Broward is just there in Aventura. And just not only Aventura, but around it, there's a lot of people living in this location. You have Sunny Isles on the east of the Intercoastal, Otis, which is a neighborhood between I-95 and Aventura. So in this location, Aventura, you have Aventura Mall, a Turnberry Resort, and you have a Tidal Cove, which is a water park, huge slides, pools, splash pads for the kids, and where if you stay in the hotel, it's free. But if not, it's like $100 per day. But it's a great water park located in Aventura and the Turnberry Resort. And Aventura is very highly populated, so you'll find a lot of traffic in this location. But a lot of people, they live in a condo that has all the amenities, like resort style living with gorgeous panoramic views, and that's the lifestyle that they want. They want to walk everywhere. It's very walkable, or just short distances. So if you live in this area, and most likely maybe you'll work either close by or in this area, or maybe you have a second home and that's a condo in Sunny Isles. But this whole Aventura Sunny Isles area is beautiful. It's not a suburb feel, it's more urban, but you're also close to the beach. You have a downtown area. There's some areas where are very walkable. You have a great mall in Aventura and golf courses. So there's a lot going on in this northeast side of Miami. So there you have it. These are just 10 suburbs. There's many more neighborhoods and suburbs and that we don't have all day to talk about. But again, when you reach out to us, that's one of the things that we'll ask in the beginning is, what is your lifestyle? Do you have a family? Or are you just young and getting started with your job? Think about having fun. All these questions. What do you like to do? Are you an outdoor person? All these questions are important to determine what is the best neighborhood that fits your lifestyle. And because you don't want to move into the wrong neighborhood, you'll be miserable, whether you're stuck in traffic or just don't like the lifestyle, doesn't fit what you like to do. All these things are very important when you reach out to us. And again, there's many more neighborhoods. Maybe none of these are some that look good to you, or feel that there's something that's gonna fit your lifestyle. But when you talk to us, we'll let you know exactly, okay, this neighborhood or these 3 neighborhoods are gonna be a good fit. Let's check them out and talk more about it. But the only way we can help you is if you reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us, days, nights, and weekends. We got your back with making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. And until next time, hasta luego.